Okay. Good afternoon. All right, guys. Sorry I wasn't able to be here with you guys today. However, I'm still with you here in spirit doing this lesson. Make sure you tear out pages 499 to 504. Make sure you put your name at the top of it and you put a staple, one staple, sailor, right there. All right, and make sure you put your name on it also. All right, so lesson 4, we are talking about uh, problem solving today, working backwards. The essential question is, how are patterns used to solve problems? Okay, that's what our essential question has been in the last few lessons. So we have this where we have to, like, what do we know? What do we need to find? That kind of stuff. So the first one is, the Nature Club raised $125 to buy and install birdhouses at a wildlife site. Each birdhouse costs $5. It costs $75 to rent a bus so the members can travel to the site. And then it says, how many um, boxes can the club buy? All right. So what facts do you know? We know how much is available. They raised $125, right? So that's what's available. $125 is available to buy and install the nesting boxes. We also know that each house cost $5. And then we know, and the bus rental cost $75. Okay, we know those facts right there. 75 bucks. So then what do you need to find? Well, we need how many boxes. How many boxes can the club find? So that's what we're looking for, is how many of these guys right here, home tweet home, can they buy? So I can work backwards to solve this problem. And what that means is you're going to subtract the cost of the bus, because we know that the cost of the bus is $75. So we have our total, which is $125 down here. And we're going to take away the cost of the bus. Okay. So if we do 125 minus 75, this is easy math. We learned this a long time ago in second, third grade, how to subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. We have to borrow from that guy, makes this now like 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. So we have $50 now left over. So that's how much we actually have for the houses. So we take this $50 and we put it over here, because each house cost $5. So we're going to divide this 50 up by $5 to see how many total we can buy. And hopefully you would see that that is 10, because 50 divided by 10 is, or 50 divided by 5 is 10. So 10 boxes can be bought. And then it says check. Well, 10 houses times $5 equals $50. And then we have to add 75 to it. And when we do that, we get a total of $125. So again, we just work backwards from what we know. And that's one way that we can solve this problem. All right, so let's look at the strategy with toothpaste and floss here. We have Mr. Evans. He bought the items listed. All right, and he had $5 left over. How much did he start with? Okay, so what facts do we know? We know that Mr. Evans, he has $5 left over, right? We know that. We know he has $5 left over. All right, and we know that he bought toothpaste, a toothbrush, and floss. We know that he bought those things there, okay? Again, we just organize our thoughts and we see that, hey, he's got that left over and he bought toothpaste, a toothbrush. So what do we need to find out? Well, how much money did he start with? Question mark. How much money did he start with? So we're going to plan this. Again, our strategy is work backwards. Work backwards. Okay. So we are going to solve this by working backwards. All right. So we're going to start out by saying, well, first, the total cost of the item. So we're going to look up here and we see 4, 2, and 1. He bought one of those each. So if we add those together, we get 4. So we're going to have 4 plus 2 plus 1, which equals 7. Okay, we know that much. So he spent $7 on that stuff there. So this is the amount that was subtracted from the total amount that he had. So we need to add to undo the subtraction. Okay, so we're going to add the $7 to what he had left over, which is $5, and that's going to give us $12. So he started with $12. So that was our answer. He started with 12. Is it reasonable? Well, if we do $12 minus $4 minus $2 minus $1, then let's see if we're going to come up with 5 on that one, because this is what we started with. So 12 minus 4 is going to be 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. So yeah, it is reasonable because that answer is correct. Now that's just one way to do it, by trying to think, make our thoughts, expand our thoughts out a little bit by writing down what we know and how we're going to do it. So now we need to look at this and apply it. We have Seth here. He bought a movie ticket, a popcorn, and a drink. This is kind of like the last problem we just did. He bought all those things right there. After the movie, he played 4 video games that each cost the same. Okay, so he spent a total of $19. How much did it cost to play each video game? All right, so on this one, we have to look at how much did he spend total in buying a popcorn, a drink, and a ticket. So we would say, well, 4 plus 3 plus 8, well, that's going to equal $15. So he spent $15 just on these things here alone. It says he spent a total of $19. Well, now we're going to take 19 minus $15 that he spent on these items right here, and that's going to give us $4. Now, it says that he played 4 video games. Is this what it's asking for? No, this is how much he had left over to play video games with. Okay, this is not how many games he played. So it said that he played 4 video games that each cost the same. So if we divide this $4 up by the 4 video games right here, it's going to give us 1. So each video game cost $1 to play. It's an expensive video game at the arcade. Students sold raffle tickets to raise money for a field trip. The first 20 tickets cost $4 each. To sell more tickets, they lowered the price to $2 each. If they raised $216, how many tickets did they sell in all? So I think what we need to do here, we need to ask, first of all, how many tickets did they sell in all? That's the question we're answering right here. We know they raised $216 total, okay? So let's work backwards and say, okay, the first 20 tickets cost $4 each. So if they sold 20 tickets at $4 each, that's going to be, well, 20 times 4 equals 80. So that much is 80. So let's take that away from the 216, which gives us 6, which gives us 3. So that's $136 is left over after we subtract the 4 tickets, or the 20 tickets here, okay? Now, to sell more tickets, they lowered the price to $2 each, okay? So we need to take this, and what do you think we got to do? So we have to take the 136 and we have to divide the 136 by the $2, and that'll tell us how many tickets of the $2 ones they sold. So 2 goes into 13, not 7, but 6 times. That's going to be 12. Subtract those, we're going to get 1. Bring down your 6. 2 goes into 16. 8 times at 16. Subtract, we get 0. So that's how many tickets they sold for the $2 ones. Well, guess what? We also sold 20 of the $4 ones. So we have to add 68 and 20 together, which is going to give us 88 tickets. So they sold 88 tickets total. Okay, that one took a lot of kind of, maneuvering around and figuring that out. But, a lot of different ways. But you got to remember the total number of tickets was right here in that one. Jeanette's sister charges $5.50 per hour before 9 p.m. for babysitting, and then $8 per hour after 9. She finished babysitting at 11 p.m. and she earned $38. At what time did she begin babysitting? Okay. Well, again, we need to say at what time did she begin babysitting is what we need to know here. Okay. So what we do know is that she earned $38. Okay. And we also know that she stopped babysitting at 11 p.m. So that means she got $8 an hour after 9. So it looks like there was 2 hours there that she earned $8 an hour. So we're going to say, well, 8 times 2 equals $16. So we need to take that $16 and subtract it from the total that she made, which gives us $22. Now, the question is, at what time did she begin? So we have $22 that we need to divvy up of $5.50. Okay, so we got to decide. Well, 9 o'clock. We got to work our way backwards now on that. So how many times will $5.50 go into 22? What we could do is we could write out the long division problem here or whatever. That's going to take forever. But we could also see that this is money. And if we take $5.50 and we add $5.50 to that, we're going to get 0, 0. We're going to get $11. $22.11. So that means we got to do that total 4 times. $5.50 times 4 is going to be $22, right? Because if we do that again, so this would actually be 4 hours. 4 hours worth of work right here to equal $22. So we need to start at 9 o'clock and work backwards 4 hours. So if we say, well, start at 9, we have 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 o'clock is when she began. 5 p.m. is when she began babysitting. We just had to work backwards there a little bit. Use numbers that are compatible and just really think through the problem. It says work backward to find the value of the variable in the equation. Well, I don't really need to work backwards, but I know that this is plus 4. Well, what if I did work backwards to 19 minus 4? If I said 19 minus 4, I'm going to get what? 15, right? And that checks. 15 plus 4 equals 19. Allie collected 15 more cans of food than Peyton. Ling collected 8 more than Allie. Ling collected 72 cans. How many cans of food did Peyton collect? So we're trying to see how many cans did Peyton collect, okay? I always like to draw these out and say, well, Allie, and then we have Ling, and then we have Peyton. And we don't know Peyton, right? So question mark on that one. So Ling collected 72 cans, all right? And then it says Ling collected 8 more than Allie. So if we were to say to find Allie, well, Ling collected 8 more than Allie. Well, we just need to take 72 minus 8, right? We got to work backwards there, which would make this a 64. So it looks to me like Allie collected 64 cans. And we should be able to extrapolate from that and see, well, Allie collected 15 more cans than Peyton. So she collected 15 more, so that means we need to say, well, minus the 15 to decide how many cans Peyton collected. So if we subtract these, we're going to get 949. So it looks like Peyton collected 49 cans right here. Cans. Backside. Review the strategies. Rebecca sold. There you go. Rebecca sold 11 more magazine subscriptions than Chad. So this is where I'm going to work out and say, I'm going to just say Rebecca, Chad, Laura. All right, those are the only names I see. And it says Laura sold 45. So we have 45. And this is how many did Chad sell. So we're going to write Chad here because we need to know how many did he sell. And it said Laura sold 4 more than Rebecca. So we're going to take 45 and we're going to take away 4. So that means Rebecca only sold 41. And then it said Rebecca sold 11 more than Chad. So if we take 11 away from Rebecca, we're going to get 30. So Chad sold 30 magazine subscriptions. Okay. Easy as that. Frankie is planning to buy a new MP3 player for $90. Each month, he doubles the amount he saved the previous month. So if he saved $3 the first month, and how many months will he have enough money to buy the MP3 player? So our goal is to get to 90. So the question is, how many months? So each time he doubles this. So the second time, he's going to earn $6. This is the second month. Third month, he's going to earn $12. Okay. And then he doubles that and he's $24. Well, let's see how much he saved so far. Because remember, this is savings right here. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 12 is 21. 21 plus 24 is 45. So with this right here, we have $45. That's not 90, is it? So the next time he doubles it, it's going to be 48. Well, hey, let's add 48 and 45 together and see if that's at 90 or over. We have 393 there. So look, 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. It takes him 5 months to save. The table shows the number of miles Michael ran each day over the past 4 days. How many more miles did he run on day 3 than on day 2? Determine if there's extra or missing information. So what it's asking is how many more miles did he run on day 3, which is here, than on here. Okay. Well, this is actually pretty easy because it says how many more miles did he run on day 3? Well, he ran 7 on day 3, and on day 2 he only ran 2. So you take 7 minus 2, and you're going to get 5 miles. Now that's an easy answer, but then it says, do you have extra or missing information here? And of course you do have extra information because you have day 1 and day 4. So you don't need those. You have day 1 and 4. And you don't need those, really. You don't need those. All right, number 9. Mrs. Stevens is delivering flowers to a local flower shop. She delivers the same number of flowers with each delivery. The flower shop has ordered 2,050 flowers, and it will take 5 trips to deliver all of the flowers. How many flowers will Mrs. Stevens have delivered after 4 trips? So what we need to do here is we need to say, well, let's take 2050. That's the total amount of flowers. And it's going to take 5 trips. So we're going to divide that up, and that's going to tell us how many flowers they can deliver in each trip. But the question is after 4 trips. So that's what we got to remember, that it's after 4. So 5 doesn't go into 2. 5 goes into 24. So this is that. 0. Bring down your 5. 5 goes into 5 one time. So this is 5, which is a 0. Bring down your 0. And then 5 goes into that 0 times. So looks to me like we have 410 on each trip. Now, that's not the question, because the question is in 4 trips. So we need to take this, and we need to times that by 4, which gives us 0, 4, 16. So it looks like 1,640 flowers in 4 trips it took them. Again, we got to decide what we need, what they're asking. A lot of you would have just said 410. Again, that's per trip. This is for 4 trips. Admission to a car show cost $5 for each ticket. After selling 20 tickets, they decided to lower it to $3 each. If they raise $217, how many tickets they sell in all? So this one's a lot like that first problem that we had with, I believe it was on, wasn't on that page, was it? It was on number 2, the raffle tickets right there with 88 tickets, that one. It's a lot like that one. So we got to come over here and say, well, they sold 20 tickets for $5 each, so that's going to equal 5 times 2 is 10, and then we got the 0 right there. So we have $100 that they earned there. Well, they raised a total of 217, so we got to take 217 and we got to take away the 100 that we made, which is going to give us $117 left. Now, we got to look at this and say, well, then they changed it to $3. So we got to divide this up here, the amount, and divide this by 3. Okay, so we got to take 117 divided by 3 down here. 3 goes in 11, 3 times, it gives us a 9. And then we have subtract, we get a 2 and a 7. 3 goes into 27 9 times because that's 27, and that equals 0. So they sold $39 of the $3 ones, and they sold 20 of them of the $5. Well, guess what? We got to take those two and put them together. We got to add those two right there. So 20 tickets at $5 and then 39 tickets at $3 gives us a total of 59 tickets that they sold. Because that's what it's asking, is it how many tickets did they sell in all? All right, we got to make sure that we're reading the entire problem so we know what they're asking for us to answer. All right, so they give you another example right here for your homework, working backwards to give you more of an example. Your guys' homework is going to be these 5 problems right here, okay, these 5 problems. And again, what I would suggest is like this one right here. They spent $20 of trash bags. And they still have this one's going to be a lot like if we go back and look at, let's see, they still have $47 left. I think this is kind of like the very first problem. No, not the first one. Let's see, leftover. It's like this problem right here on this page right here. All right, practice the strategy. So I might write here, see page 500 for that. This one here, he gave half. He kept the remaining. That one's not like any of the ones we've done, but that should be fairly decent. This one's a numbers divided by 6, then 8 is added to that, and so just kind of work your way on that one and work. I think you can kind of work backwards. Like you can look at this one here and say, well, the answer is 7. Well, next 3 is subtracted from the sum, so do the opposite. You're going to add 3 to that, and you're going to add 8. So I think you can work backwards from that one. So good luck. When you guys are finished, make sure that you turn all of these in. Again, those are pages 499 to 504. Okay, make sure you turn all those in with your name on it, Sailor, and a staple on the left-hand side there. Okay. When you guys are finished with that, work on some Prodigy and Prodigy only. All right. Thank you, guys.